we'll get started. I think I'd like Sydney's coach, soccer coach, Matt Dahl, to come up and say a few words.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. So those of you that are here today have probably seen Sydney play soccer, all right? But if you haven't seen Sydney play soccer and you were watching a game for the first time, you would immediately notice that she's the most exciting player on the pitch. Her athleticism, speed, and agility, and will to win make her stand out on the field. She has been a very committed student athlete, a four-year varsity starter, a dedicated captain that leads by example in the effort she puts forth. She has a good sense of humor. She is fantastic working with kids and has been a great role model in our youth futsal program. She's donated 2 hours a week during our futsal clinic before her soccer to help out the youth program and teach and inspire the younger generation of Ellenville soccer players. I have to applaud Sydney's work ethic and competitiveness. These are the main qualities that drive all of Sydney's success. She just has that need to be the best at what she does, and she'll work harder than anyone to reach her goals. She's one of the most talented and athletic players I've had the pleasure of coaching. And just to give you an idea of how talented she is, I used to coach the JV softball team, and her first time ever pitching, which, you know, it's the windmill pitch, a completely new skill to her, she struck out 10 batters. And the whole team was impressed. I think she was impressed with herself. I was impressed. It was pretty unbelievable. So that's just give you an idea of how talented and athletic she is. She can kind of pick up anything, and she's just great at it, and we'll try and be the best at it. She did eventually decide to switch to track, which I think was the best decision. Even though the softball program could have used you, we missed you. They definitely missed you, but it definitely made you faster and kept you in shape in the off season, which helped you score more goals, which was your main goal. No pun intended. Being the top goal scorer on any team isn't easy. The opposing coaches, they see your name in the paper, and you'll get man marked, double marked, and it can be frustrating. The other coaches always knew what an offensive threat you were. The other players knew, and they would do whatever they could to stop you, foul you, pull you down, kick you. But they couldn't stop Sydney. She'd always find a way to score goals. After the games, coaches would always comment on how good number 3 was and how tough she was to contain. They'd always ask your name, and they would always say, "Oh, she's the best player I've seen in the league." So you all know, especially if you were at the banquet last night, Sydney set a ton of records this year, a ton of them. So first, she set the record for career goals. She had 71 career goals, which is outstanding. That's more than, I can't even imagine. I mean, I scored 30 goals. I was a forward, and I scored 30 goals my senior year, and Sydney needed like 30 goals to tie the record, and I told her, I said, I think you can do it. And she scored 36, and that was another record, 36 goals in a single season. She set the record for career points, 152 points, 71 goals, and 12 assists. You get 2 points for a goal, 1 for an assist. She set the record for goals in a single game, 6. I want to say you did it more than once. During her career, she was selected twice to the Section 9 Coaches Association Class B All-Star team. Once to the, which is an even bigger honor, once to the Section 9 All-Section team, which includes all the schools from AA down to D. And she was also selected in her junior year to first team All-State, which is, she's the only Ellenville player in girls soccer history to earn that recognition. And this is not confirmed, but she may hold the record for career yellow cards. I'll have to look into that one. So I wish I could take all the credit for turning Sydney into such a fantastic soccer player, but the truth is that all top players have many coaches. Sydney played soccer from a young age. She started to play year-round. She's had many coaches that developed her and shaped her along the way. Coach Castro, who I don't think is here today, but I'm sure he'll see this. Coach Castro, he was my assistant coach the last few years, and he's also Sydney's travel coach. We want to thank you for your contributions and your style of coaching that has boosted the success of our program the last few years and helped Sydney reach her goals. Sydney's parents, you guys deserve a ton of credit. You raised a great kid. You've been supportive in all of her athletic interests along the way. Most of the time, the loudest cheerleaders on the sidelines. And you've always been there for her in her corner. As far as our relationship, Sid, we've had our moments. We didn't always agree on things, but I think we both made each other better. You know that my sole mission was to make you the best soccer player and person I could. Some things I've learned about you, I know you hate sitting on the bench. But you've learned that sometimes that's part of being on a team. I know you like to shoot and score goals, but I also know you've learned it's best for the team to make that extra pass rather than shoot from that angle. I've seen you grow as a player and a person over the years, and I'm proud of you. You've scored some amazing goals, a lot of goals, and I'm proud of all the records you set along the way and how you represented Ellenville as a student athlete over the years. So I wish you the best at Hardwick, and we'll miss you.
Well spoken, Coach. Thanks. So, I remember my son graduating from high school, going off to college. He was all excited about it. It was pretty traumatic for me and my wife. But I'm wondering if Tony's mom or dad want to say anything at this time?
No, thank you. I don't.
You know, so Tony and I are obviously Sydney's parents, and we're very fortunate to have such a wonderful kid for a daughter. And she's been amazing to watch and see her develop as a soccer player, starting with the Jacobs when she was 4 years old. She's done taekwondo, soccer, track, and she always works hard. Sometimes we wish she would work a little bit harder in her schoolwork, but we're working on that. And when she goes away to college, she's not going to have her mom kick her in the butt to do it every single day. So that's going to be a little bit of adjustment for her. But it's been the pleasure of my life, and I'm sure of Tony's, to watch her grow up and become a young lady and go off to college and see what comes next. So thank you guys for participating in her life, and thank you for helping make her a better person.
How about Sydney? You want to say anything? Come on up.
I'd like to start off by thanking my parents for all they've done and still do. You have never missed a game from Ed Jacobs, school, or travel. Without your continued support and love, I would not be who I am today. Next, I would like to thank Ed Jacobs for instilling a passion and providing me with the fundamental skills to help me to where I am today. I also want to thank Rod Castro and Coach Mom. Where did it go? Rod Castro he began the girls' house team about 6 years ago, and it's been 6 years of dedication that he brought to our travel team. That dedication and love for the sport has helped us to build the Ellenville Central School District girls soccer program. Thank you to all my teammates throughout my career in Ellenville. You've all made me a better player. I'd like to thank Coach Dom. He's been my varsity soccer coach since ninth grade. I may bicker with you on occasion, but I really do appreciate all the hours you spent with me and always trusting me to be the leader. You have always pushed me to be the best soccer player I could be. Next, I would like to thank Coach Paulson. You have put up with all of my whining and complaining throughout the years. I guess you've mastered selective hearing when it comes to me. You work with me after school, on the weekends, and over the summer to make me a better athlete. Thank you for always putting up with me and pushing me to be the best athlete I could be, whether it was in track or soccer. Thank you.
Before we get to the highlight of the afternoon, anybody out there want to come up and say anything? Friends? Going once, twice. All right, so come on up.
I'd just like to start off by saying how proud I am of you. If you know Sydney and I, you know we go way back. Way back. And she's always made me a better person. She's always been the person that listens to me when everyone else doesn't want to, because I can be a lot. But I really am excited to see what the future has for her, and I know she's going to do well.
Well spoken. All right, thank you. Okay. You ready? So we're going to be signing a letter of intent. I have.
Anybody got a pen?
I do. You want blue or black? Blue. Would you? I wonder for the signing, maybe Mr. Paulson, you want to come up for the signing? Look over her shoulder, make a
For the picture.
for the picture.
I guess I'll say something too while I'm up here.
Good.
Thank you everybody for coming to support Sydney. So I started off a couple years ago, obviously on track. She's part of the girls team, obviously, and luckily we get to co-coach the boys and girls, and she was super fast, and I was a hurdler in school, so Coach Griggs always let me take over some hurdlers, and we didn't really have any hurdlers, so I thought it would be fast, and Sydney had like 1 or 2 events. So I said, hey Sid, you want to try hurdling one day? And I think I had to ask her mother first, because I knew that if she got hurt hurdling and her soccer career was at fault, then I'd be in trouble. So I actually texted her and said, hey, can I teach your daughter how to hurdle? 3 months later, Sydney's pole vaulting, and I'm like, how did you? I look at Griggs, and Griggs is like, yeah, I just asked her if she wanted to pole vault one day, and she's doing it. I'm like, did you ask her mom? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, you're testing the waters here. But no, so she started hurdling, and she took it up very quickly, and she really just, like everything else, like pitching, I think within like 2 weeks, she was the best hurdler, one of the best hurdlers in the section. Obviously, then I tried to get her to do the whole 400 hurdles, which is the whole lap, which she hated because she doesn't like running anything further than like 55 meters. But then she also became one of the best in the section last year, and then luckily during COVID, her mom asked me to start training her for soccer, so our relationship even grew even more there, and you just really could tell how great of a kid she is. Her support system is amazing, and good parents are really hard to find, and she has some of the best. So I'm just really excited to see her keep improving as a person and a player. She doesn't have to run anymore on the track, and she's happy about that. Even though me and Griggs were like the mom and dad. Griggs was stern, and Griggs would say no, and she'd go to me, and I'm like, oh man. I would kind of soften up, and then Griggs would kind of look at me, and I'd pretend to be kind of the tough guy, but it never really worked. She usually won the fight, but I just am excited to see her kind of grow and improve as a soccer player and see what the future has. So thank you guys.
maybe Mr. Garigliano could stand by. I didn't realize you were a track coach. Come on up. And I think Mr. Pabon, you should be in the background too as our principal, okay? Don't sign yet, Sydney. We're going to get a few people. Okay, I think Sydney's mom and dad have a little snack over on the table to my right. Everyone's welcome to come up. And thank you all for being here to support us. Thank you.